2022 Detroit Lions, here we come. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Huge shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for supporting ya boy here at Let's Talk Lions. I do appreciate it greatly. Well, we are officially in the offseason, officially heading into year 2 of this rebuild for the Lions, which is kind of insane. I feel like this season just started. I feel like I was just prepping with the whole, hey, we got a new head coach, hey, we got Jared Goff, hey, we got all this newness, and now we're already moving into year 2 of this rebuild. Kind of a wild, fascinating thought. Man, does time go quickly. In year 1 of this rebuild, what did I want? I wanted the Detroit Lions to build a new identity, a new culture, and really to develop these young guys, to develop our rookies, our UDFAs, all the players as a whole. I wanted player development and I wanted identity. Well, looking at this year, at the end of it, I got exactly what I wanted. We established an identity similar to that of Jason Bourne.
I don't know what happened. I don't know who this guy was. I don't know about that picture. I don't know who I am.
And we saw our young guys develop under this new coaching staff. I did predict that the Lions would have at least 5 wins. I was off by 2, but that's okay. In fact, it kind of works out better for us with the number 2 overall draft pick. We got exactly what we needed heading into the second year of this rebuild. And interestingly enough, there is a lot taking place. I'm sure by this point you already know what happened, but both the Bears and the Vikings fired their head coaches. The Bears got rid of Nagy and the Vikings got rid of Zimmer. Then from there, you're looking at the Green Bay Packers. We don't know what's going to happen, but heading into this offseason, it's possible that looking at 2022, the Packers could be Rodgerless. I don't know if it's going to happen, but there is that possibility. So what you're seeing is the NFC North as a whole undergo a lot of change. And quite frankly, it's nice for the Lions being 1 year ahead of both Minnesota and Chicago. There's a lot of open water ahead in the rebuild sector, but the NFC North really undergoing a lot of changes. Lions fans, we learned a ton this year. A few things that were solidified was Sewell was the right pick at the number 7 overall. Amon-Ra St. Brown was an absolute steal. Ali McNeil has been worth his weight in gold. The identity established for this team is never surrender, never cry mercy. Brad Holmes was the right hire. Dan Campbell was the right hire. Aaron Glenn was the right hire. Jared Goff is really coming into his own and finding that groove. And we are moving upward as a team, as a franchise. Looking at year 2 of this rebuild, I'm really excited. I'm really excited specifically for Jared Goff. And let's face it, coming out of the gates, Goff struggled a lot. He really did. He looked lost out there. He was fumbling the ball, making a lot of mental errors. There was a lack of confidence. There was no connection with Allen. There were a lot of problems for Goff earlier this season. But as the season developed and Dan Campbell took over offensive play calling, we saw Goff hit a stride. Detroit sports hosts everywhere were writing him off real early. I'm talking about like week 4. And there I sat and I said, let's just be patient. Let's just wait. And I'm not sitting here right now trying to say, oh, I was right, you were wrong. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to get across is the major thing for me the entire season with Goff was, let's just wait. Calm down. Everybody, calm down. His weapons are limited. His O-line is falling apart. He really didn't have much connection with Anthony Lynn. We saw that for the first, 9 games. My entire thing was, let's just wait. Let's just wait. He's in a brand new city with a brand new scheme, brand new everything. Let's just let it happen. Let him try to get into a groove. And if it doesn't work out by the end of this year, we can talk. Well, I really think it's been since week 12 that we saw Goff take off. Actually, very specifically, I saw a tweet that Jeremy Reisman, I think that's how you say his name, put out earlier today. Since week 12, Jared Goff is 3rd in the NFL with passer rating coming in at 107.1, 4th in completion percentage at 69.6%, 11th in passing TDs with 11 of them, tied for 2nd with the fewest interceptions, throwing 2, and 6th in adjusted yards per attempt. Now, when you take a step back and you start looking at the numbers of Goff versus Stafford, who became the second coming of Christ the moment that he went to LA by all national sports media, you look at these numbers. Look at Stafford. Stafford, since week 12, playing in 7 games, has a completion percentage of 66.5%. Compare that to Goff's 69.6%. Stafford with 16 TDs and Goff with only 11. However, Stafford throwing 9 interceptions and Goff throwing only 2. Finish that up with the passer ratings of 98.2 for Stafford and 107 for Goff. What I'm trying to get at here is, for years, the entire narrative was, it's Detroit. It's Detroit. It's Detroit that is stunting Stafford. It's because of Detroit. It's because of the city. It's because of the players around him. No run game. Oh, whatever you want to say. It was always, it's Detroit's fault. It's the Lions' fault. Stafford can be better. He can be more. Get him to another team. Look, I'm not trying to bash Stafford here. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to get across, though, is the moment he went to LA, he was seen as God reincarnate. And quite frankly, it's really nice to see all these NFL media, national sports outlets have to choke on their own words regarding him. Would I like to see Stafford win his first playoff game ever? No, I wouldn't. And I know for a lot of Lions fans, that's kind of sacrilegious, or the gasp enters here. How could you? He's our boy. Look, Stafford tried. He did his best here in Detroit. He gave us what he had for 12 years. He could never get it done. Why don't I want to see him win it? Well, it's because I want the draft pick. I want a higher draft pick for the Lions here, and so we need LA to do as bad as possible. And I want the entire, it was the Lions' fault that Stafford never made it anywhere, that never did enough, narrative to end. Because Stafford never won the big games, never was able to get it done, and people always said, oh, it's the Lions, it's the Lions. Well, that's why I want this to not go his way. I want it to prove, was it the Lions? Was it no run game? Maybe it's just Stafford. I don't know. Just my own personal thoughts there. A tangent, sure. But what I'm trying to get at is really less of Stafford, more of Jared Goff. Goff has been able to accomplish a lot. He's been able to get into that stride, get into a groove for the last 5 games. That is what we needed exiting this year, really him on an upswing going into year 2 of the rebuild. He stepped up in a big way. The addition of Josh Reynolds and Amon-Ra St. Brown really starting to get those reps, start to accelerate his development. That was huge for him. The O-line, with being able to bring back Decker after his injury and move Penei Sewell to right tackle, that was huge for him as well. It bought him time in the pocket, bought him time back there behind the O-line to be able to make these plays happen. All in all, I really think that this is what we needed this year. We needed that identity, that culture. We needed that to be established. And then from there, we needed to see our guys develop and play better and really start getting into that groove, which is where we have been for the last 3-4 games. I love what we're seeing heading into year 2 of the rebuild. And now the question is, can Holmes work that draft again? What will he do? Where will we be? We're going to start looking at the draft as a whole, but that's what we needed. We needed the identity, the player development, and really our team to go out with a bang, and that's what we got. I think this year was a success. How do you guys feel? Drop your thoughts in the comments heading into year 2 of the rebuild. Are you excited? I think we're riding high entering into this next year of the rebuild, soaring on the backs of a griffin over the city of Waterdeep. A lovely, lovely place that I highly suggest you go visit at some point in your life. You will be thankful you did. But bring a shield and a sword or magic. Anything will do.